Hello, and we do say good day to you this day of your time, or rather evening. Yes, we know. How are you all doing today?
Very good.
Oh, very exciting, yes. We thank you for allowing this interaction to occur, for as you do, we create a third reality, a bridge between your reality and ours that allows both you and ourselves to expand in our connection to and understanding of all that is. And for this, we are truly appreciative and thankful, grateful, as you say. We are the Pleiadian Council, or at least a member of such council. We know you in your reality, and we have been visiting you for quite some time, as you know. All of this sort of connection can occur telepathically, or telempathically, better put, as it occurs through a flow of feelings and energies. Now know that if you can imagine, you can perceive higher frequencies. Your imagination is that tool through which many of these energies come to you. So allow your own intuitive mind in that way to receive more information from us, as when we use the channel to meet you, we are as well communicating and transmitting an energy to each and every one of you. Now, the times on your planet are great. There is a powerful awakening occurring that is bringing all of you to find what is truly valuable and unique for you. Not what has been defined by outside as valuable. And as you come to discover your own inner core truth, many great things will change. It is that important for you to really discover what is most exciting for me. Not some idea that you may have learned from a school, from your parents, from a religion, from a spiritual teacher even. While these influences can be taken in and henceforth influence you, it is you inside that is the master and the creator. Yet the funny thing about this discovery of yourself is that once you discover one thing, you may find that the whole field of perception of reality changes. And once you go down one path for a certain amount of time, you may discover that you want to go down a different path. It is not that you made a wrong decision or that you went down the wrong path. It is simply a process of expanding the sense of who you are through discovering many different possibilities. And really, there are infinite probabilities. So, be excited in allowing yourself to follow what is truly wonderfully activating for your own heart in every moment. Now, other beings who speak through different channels, we are friends with them, or colleagues, you could say. They have given you this formula, and we will be sincere in saying that we think it is the most potent thing for you to do. It is to follow your own highest excitement to the best of your ability, with no insistence on any particular outcome. And this alone will be enough to make everything fall into place for you. You will still encounter challenges, but this is the quickest way to expand your energy, to come into a higher dimensional resonance, so to speak. It is actually physics, because this core idea of doing what is truly most uniquely exciting for you, which will be a bit different for everyone and manifest in a different way for everyone, is how you discover the brilliance of your own soul, that you have come here to deliver something entirely unique to this reality that only you can bring. And if you don't choose to do that which is most exciting for you, you are limiting Source from manifesting through you. And as you come to find yourself in that pure relationship with that creative Source, or God as some have called it, as you see that relationship between your ego self as you sometimes call it, and your God self, and know them both to be yourself, you unify the two, and you allow that excitement to manifest through you in the most effortless way. So this is the basis of what we in the higher realms wish to share with you, so that you can come to be at a place of more receptively meeting us. And truly, if you do this, your telepathic abilities, your connections to worlds beyond will open in very profound, powerful ways. There are many different beings out there that are excited to meet you, and the channel as well can pick up the phone from one of them as well if you would prefer to speak to a different sort of entity. That is also acceptable. Though we are the ambassadors, we can help the others who are on the other side meet and greet you, so to speak. So yes, we thank you for allowing yourself to receive this transmission in this way. And now we would like to continue with any questions, any curiosities, any excitements that you have. And we will reflect to you the truth within you, the awakening of your own higher mind in that sense. We will do our best to influence for you. So you may begin whenever you wish. If you wish. Only if you wish.
Do the Sirians play any role in my life?
Yes. The Sirians are sort of the cosmic ambassadors at another degree, because Sirius is a stargate through which many different energies from other galaxies come into this one. From alternate universes, yes. The Sirians sort of act as that filter that keeps many different energies that could influence you in a negative sense from even getting here. They have that degree of purity that allows that to happen. The Sirians have, of course, visited your planet in times past, and when we talk about Sirius, let's be serious, that there are many different beings that come from Sirius, so we cannot say that all of the Sirians you even know about or are even relevant to meet, though many are. And there is this one group of the aquatic Sirian beings that spend much of their time underwater. They are salamander-like in their nature, though as well genetically related to your dolphins and your whales. And they themselves are a great power of Sirius, though there are also other beings from Sirius that are like canines and like felines. There are some that are humanoid. There are some that are very different, that are perhaps too much for you to meet at this time. And there are also the great spiritual, non-physical Sirian consciousness that resides within and between the two stars, Sirius A and B. Now as well, every star in this way has its own spiritual consciousness and a realm of pure light frequencies that is beyond the scope of incarnating into physical bodies, yet at its level is omnipotent in that sense, and can be used as a vibrational focus point to help you come more in connection with Source, to help you raise your vibration. So simply by meditating upon the Sirius star, by looking upon it, or by seeing it in your imagination, you open up this interchange highway of energies that allows you to receive energies from Sirius, and as well allows you to, with time, begin to project your consciousness to that realm where there can be much gained. The Sirians are in a way the most advanced incarnated beings within this galaxy, so they are role models to all others that you may come to meet.
And do the giants play any role with the Sirians?
The giants?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes. There are many different kinds of giants, so the Sirians themselves that have visited your planet are not in that sense giants, no. Giants are more akin to the Lemurian and the Atlantean beings. Now, the Lemurians were, to some extent, Sirian descendants, though they also had many other different strains of DNA working with them. They activated their connection to the Sirius frequency as they evolved upon your planet, and they had open contact with them. So in that sense, they are connected. There are many different other extraterrestrial visitors that are also what you would consider giants.
Okay, thank you.
We do thank you, yes. Somebody else have any certain question they would like to ask of us at this time?
What of sin?
What was that?
What would you say of sin and the
Sin?
concept?
The concept? All right. Well, this is a sort of tactic that was used to keep people behaving in the right way. Now, really, the law is such that what you put out comes back. And so this is also what has been translated into karma. It is another concept, though anything more complex than what you put out comes back is a distortion of this idea that creates different levels of entanglement and stuckness. So you could say at a core level, sin might exist if you do something negative, because something negative will return to you. Though, when you define something that is not necessarily negative, and we'll give it more mechanical idea of what is negative. What is negative is that which divides, that which segregates, and that which separates. So whenever you do something that cuts off your own sense or another being's sense of their connection to source or your connection to each other, that is something negative. When you do something that disrupts the natural equality of all beings, that is a negative action, and that will have negative repercussions. That is all that sin is. Does that make sense? Though this idea that some things are right, some things are wrong, some things make you loved by God and some things make you hated by God, has been a very clever way for certain power structures to emerge in your world. And these power structures are, yes, essentially harvesting the energy of those who give their belief to these ideas, which in their way have no innate validity. Now, there has been some positive use of this idea as well, as you have decided to define things like murdering others as negative, as sinful. And of course, you do not want to see more of that in your world. Yet you have also defined things that are not innately negative as sinful. And this distortion then brings people to feel unnecessary emotions such as guilt and shame upon living what is really true for them. And this emotional quality of shame will actually then generate seeming negative consequences, or real negative consequences that make the action that was not inherently negative appear negative, and therefore reinforce that degree of belief. And this mechanism of reality makes it very hard to escape from these beliefs in what is sinful or what is karmically impure. So you must have a very clear discernment and really question reality. Really come to experience within yourself what feels good and what feels bad. Does this action help others feel more connected to source and more connected to me, or does it make them feel more separate? That idea in alone is enough to have a clear discernment of what is really sinful and what is really not. Though we wouldn't even suggest to use that term. It is a bit archaic. Does that make sense? Can you play with that? Yes?
Yes.
All right. And our great love to you.
Guys, do you think it's still good to have hope? Do you think we should still have hope for this world?
Almost certainly. If you don't have hope for this world, you are really limiting yourself in a profound way, because the light has won. Ultimately, you haven't seen the manifestation of that occur yet your planet, understand, has a soul-level consciousness that is more encompassing than what one human can choose. So your planet has chosen to ascend to a higher dimensional octave, a higher dimension that as well disallows certain negative behaviors from occurring. And this choice that the planet has made, and that as a part of the planet you have made at a soul level, is accelerating the purification of old energies that motivate people to do negative things. And this is why there is an upsurgence of negativity on your planet now, is because those sorts of behaviors will not be tolerated, will not even be allowed in the new Earth. And in order to get it out of your system, many people are experiencing the purging of those things, the manifestation of those things right here and now. Though again, this is a step in the process of making you more ready to be on that new Earth. You don't have to experience all of that negativity in your own personal life, and most of you won't, though you can understand that those who do experience that, it is because they are purging, they are cleansing those old energies. So yes, have great hope, because really the ascension of your planet is occurring, and in 10 to 15 years there will be stronger and more pronounced extraterrestrial contact, and eventually it will be disclosed that humans have been in contact with extraterrestrials for quite some time, and that you are ready to form an alliance. That is to occur most certainly before your 2050. So do be excited for that. It is a time of ushering you in to a peaceful intergalactic alliance. Oh, we do thank you, yes. And our great love to you.
Can I ask a question based on that last question?
Yes, yes.
You said you talked about a new Earth. Not everyone I feel is not going to be in the new Earth. What will happen to people?
Well, understand that every soul is on its own trajectory, and in every nanosecond, really, there's billions of split-offs into parallel realities. There are infinite other versions of you having different experiences in different realities. And so the Earth that you are presently connected to is going in that direction of ascension. But there are other Earths that go in the direction of a negative sort of manifestation. And souls have the opportunity to choose, and many of them choose not so consciously, which parallel reality they split off into. Though with your choice, you actually generate different versions of every soul that you ever encounter. And so by your choice, by your action, by how you live your life, those other souls will then be magnetized to the probability of being more enlightened. And in that sense, you create everything that manifests around you. So, yes, many of those souls are not going to get it so quickly, even if they are going to be taken and carried into this new Earth, this ascended version of it. And this is why we say that there are 3 waves of ascension. And if you are at a frequency that you can meet us, you are in the first wave. Now, the first wave is doing a lot of this work of purification ahead of the time, doing this work of purification internally rather than seeking or requiring an outside manifestation of some of those dense energies. You are the forerunners, and you are creating the energetic template for other souls to awaken more quickly by congregating and being a part of your communities, in this sense of sharing the same ideas, sharing the same values and the same passion. You are emitting a light frequency that is received by those around you and allows them also to go to those higher levels. Now, the second and the third wave will occur at different times. The second wave will be ascending in your next 5 or so years, and the third wave will be the ones that are waiting until the very end. And up until that very end, there are indeed different sorts of cataclysmic natural disasters that could occur, and greater war in the areas that you already know to be experiencing war. And so these are the souls that are very much clinging to their old ideas. And some of these souls that we would say are part of this third wave are those who have truly clung to their religious dogmas very powerfully. The hidden positive within that strong religious belief is that there is an omnipotent force, which is true, that will eventually save them. And that will ultimately come true, but they will have to see their illusions ripped out from beneath them through the great conflicts that will continue. And so the third wave will awaken after great turmoil, though you will hold the light of truth, the Garden of Eden sort of consciousness on your planet up until the point that they are really ready to see the light that is there.
Is it the dense energy that physically makes me purge?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Though, be more specific. Is it what dense energy?
I don't know.
Because it
You
is a
said
dense
energy, and I've been throwing up walking into spaces lately.
Yes. That is a quite clear sign that something about that space is triggering a release in you. So what sort of spaces is this occurring in?
Multiple. Different, yeah, just different spaces. I've just been purging. Like,
Do you feel like these are good spaces to be in?
yeah, some it's like conversations that come up where like physically get ill.
Yes. Because of the subject matter.
Sometimes, yeah, and then other times it's just, yeah, walking into a space and like I'm out cold and then I'm purging.
Well, this can occur in a couple of different ways. One is that the frequency of the space that you enter is actually a higher frequency, and the higher frequency triggers what is still stuck within you to be released. Other times it is a negative frequency and you are getting feedback from your body that is saying time to go. And you can know the difference by tuning into not the feeling of the sickness, but the feeling in your own heart. Does it feel like the area surrounding you is one offering love, offering connection? You will feel that as an opening in your heart and a warmth or an activation or a pounding, something of this nature, that will bring you to desire to connect more. Though if you are feeling that you are closing, that you are retracting, and that something is off in your heart and in your belly that is in relation to the outside, that is a signal to move away. When it is something coming up in conversation, it is a belief within you that is using this idea of a purge to release those chemical constituents of that negative energy from your body. So pay attention again to what sorts of ideas are going through your consciousness when you are purging, because you are using that purge in order to remove old ideas, old stuck energies, old patterns of belief and thought that are no longer helpful.
I have a fear that I'm not gonna ascend. I keep thinking that. I don't know. I'm going into.
All right.
Thinking that,
Well, we can examine this in two ways. Let's start with what would happen if you don't ascend.
well, I kind of accepted that. I said, I don't, I'm not sure about another life, but it's like I'm accepting that if I need to be on the earth to do whatever work I need to do here, that's fine. But
Well, then what is your definition of ascension? Because it is not going somewhere else.
okay.
Remember again, everything is here and now. So the higher dimensions and the higher octaves of reality in that sense are here and now with you. You are not going further beyond when you are ascending. You are simply accessing a higher level of your own inner being, your own inner truth, your own connection to a higher dimensional realm. So it is still a going up, but your going up does not mean that you go away from what is below. When you are ascending, you are including the dimensions that you have already learned from. So in this way, you could refer to the earth, the center of the earth, that pure, dense place, as the first dimension. And the elemental forces are containing this consciousness of the second dimension. Yet you, having a third dimensional body and a fourth dimensional reality through time and space, require those dimensions below in order to get to the higher ones. To ascend, you are still keeping your fourth dimensional reality construct, yet you are accessing a consciousness and awareness beyond that fourth dimensional time construct as well. Does that make it seem easier to ascend?
Yes, it does. It's just like, sometimes I hear people saying, they're ascending to the fifth dimension or higher.
Yes.
Or they know about other planets and things, and it's like, okay.
Well, that's not so hard to do. All you must do is use your own imagination and trust in your own heart. The fifth dimension is a space of love. If you can experience a pure unconditional love, you have ascended into the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is a space of knowingness, of emptiness, that all is connected, and that the experience of time is but one aspect of your reality and is in a way illusionary. You experience the fifth dimension in this love sense when you go beyond the demands of time and trust in the other realities, the other moments beyond what you are presently experiencing and their reality, and know that they are all one field. This opens you to a greater degree of unconditional love, yes, powerfully so. And then to go beyond that to higher dimensions, well, you are already in those higher dimensions. And this is what you must understand, is that you are not developing something that does not already exist. You have parts of yourself already in those higher dimensions. And by truly immersing yourself in this love field beyond time, you then make the space to connect with those higher dimensions. As you meet multidimensional beings and see the patterns of reality, these sorts of visions and so on and so forth, you are truly going beyond to those higher dimensions. Though the direct understanding of this is not so important. In other words, you don't need to map it out and have a very clear explanation as if it is a science book or something, because that is actually not going to help you so much in getting it. Again, because humans have been so bound to the fourth dimension, getting the fifth dimension alone is enough, as you can then, through your presence in that field of love, bring others to raise their frequency to that field as well. And that is all that is required for your planet to ascend together. When you can do that, then you can begin to go to the other dimensions. And you will know that even before then you will start to go and experience those other dimensions too. Though, take it easy. It is not something that you can really wrap your mind around so completely. So, are you still fearing that you will not ascend?
Yes, because sometimes I feel like my heart closes. I don't know if that's just like the expansion and contraction. Or
Yes.
Maybe I just need to accept that.
Well, yes, accept it, because you can't change something you are not accepting. So, yes, you must first accept it. See it as what it is. And don't fight it. Don't fear it. And trust that a closed heart is something alright. It is something that reality tolerates. And it is an experience that you will learn from. Now, with that said, ask yourself, what am I believing that is causing me to feel this way? What am I believing about myself in relation to others or the universe that is causing me to feel this way? Every time you feel that, ask yourself that question. When you ask yourself that question now, what is the first response you get?
I can't love.
That you cannot love? Well, we know that not to be true. We experience your love through your own presence and your own ability to connect with others. Your love for example, the channel and the people that you have met. We have witnessed that through the channel, so we understand that you are loving. Why is that not defined as loving to you?
I don't know, I think I'm maybe just holding on to something, some memory from the past, but...
Well, yes, you are not allowing as much love as you could, though this belief that you are not loving is actually in the way. So, you are loving. You have the ability to love. Though, what do you believe about love that prevents it from flowing as fully as it can?
I think I relate it to something sexual that's not healthy. Maybe.
Right. So, you equate to give love to another as to also give sexual energy to another.
Yeah.
All right. When did you learn that?
I guess as a child.
Yes. Was there some act involved?
Well, don't know for sure, but I was sexually abused.
Yes. And so, in order to truly release more of this conditioning, it is good to start to recover memories from your childhood and re-experience those emotions and use your imagination to transform them. There is many processes of this nature described as inner child work that allows you to go back and meet those aspects of your childhood self and recover those memories. As you do so, you will also release the beliefs that you developed at that moment in time. That is a very powerful way to release this conditioning, yes?
Okay.
Though understand that it was not you who was abused sexually. That was a different person in a different time and space. Your body and your consciousness, your mind, all holds the imprint from that other person's experience, though you today are powerful and able to choose different ideas about reality and different ideas about love. So you cannot allow the story of what that different experience and that different person in their time and space brought about in order to distort your present experience. Knowing that you are a different person with the power to choose, you can start to dismantle this presently in a moment-to-moment basis. Though again, that idea of the inner child process is very helpful in uncovering even more of this.
Thank you.
We do thank you, yes. Our great love to you. And know that love is ultimately a higher level of reality. It is actually a fabric through which all that is manifest is created. So love is all around you, and love is within all. Understand that all in this world is love or a request for love. So when you start to define love then as life itself and matter itself and space itself, you see love in all of those things, it becomes much easier to have a clear relationship with yourself as love. We do thank you, yes, yes. We love you very much. All right, are there any other last questions at this time? In that case, we would now finish this transmission with one simple meditation that you can do at any time. And this helps you to bridge your connection to the many dimensions that exist and allow energies from far beyond to come here into your reality and allow your own self to go far beyond to those other realities as well. Now we call this the crystal column of light. So picture around your body a clear crystal tube that goes infinitely up and infinitely down in both directions. It goes far, far down to the center of the earth and goes far, far above to the center of the galaxy. You are seated in this tube, and through it flows liquid crystal light that washes and moves in waves that vibrate through your body and beyond your body. To make the bridge to below, see that your heart has many streams or roots of energy that grow down to the base of your spine and through your legs and through your feet into the earth. And as they go into the earth, they begin to weave through the crystalline structure of the earth, the natural crystalline grid of metals, minerals, crystals, and as well the mycelium grid of the roots of trees and plants and mushrooms all woven together. Feel that you are a part of this too, and that through your feet and your buttocks there are streams of energy that connect you to this electric living grid. And as you do, you feel yourself more grounded. Yes, the liquid light that flows through this tube also flows through the entire earth and then goes down further. It goes through water, goes through magma, and it goes all the way down to this solid iron heart of the earth that is very hot but solid at the same time. It is pure iron, much like the blood in your body. And as you imagine it, feel what it's like down there. Feel this vibration beneath you and allow it to move up through your body, into your bones and into your blood, and imagine these roots of light carrying this energy up, carrying it all the way to your heart, where your heart unites with the beating, pulsating heart of the earth, coming into that same field of resonance. And see from your heart now new streams of light that go up through your neck, through your chin, through the back of your neck and your brain, and far beyond your head into the universe. See some streams that go up to the moon and to the sun in silver and gold frequencies. And from the sun, see it ripple out like a net that goes to many different stars. Follow this tube of light far, far beyond to a star you can call Alcyon. And this is our star, yes. It is a blue star, quite far, yet ultimately quite close. And simply picture a blue star, knowing that it is our home. And as you picture it, see this blue light flow through this tube and fall into your brain, into your spine, through your whole body. Liquid light with this blue energy from our world. And know that as you receive this light and energy, you can connect with us at any moment. Now you could as well, at a later point if you wish, imagine yourself to be filled with this blue light and go up beyond your body, a second version of yourself stepping out of your head and traveling through this tube of light to our world. Here we can meet you. Here you can come to receive healing, to receive new codes of energy. Know that this tube of light is open for you to travel, to meet us in our reality, and to meet any beings that you desire in their reality too. This tube of light even goes further beyond to the center of this universe, which in itself contains a portal into all the possible, all the potential universes that exist. Every center of each galaxy is, in a way, a center of the entire universe, as through those galactic centers, all are connected. And this is very exciting. There are more beings out there for you to meet than you could ever meet in one lifetime. So trust that you have much more than that to experience it all. And you are well. And you are loved. So allow more of this light and energy to come and take it all from the stars into your heart, where the heaven and the earth meet and become one. Here you are in balance. Here you are whole. So do trust yourself and your ability to connect beyond, as you will have much more experience in opening to these new realities with the tools that will be shared now. We thank you for allowing this connection to occur. It is our pleasure and our joy to meet you. We do wish you to enjoy the rest of your experience as well. Yes, yes. Whoa, those deers are very cool.
Yeah, they move.
How are you guys feeling?
I know on San Pedro I was thinking, are they really